If you are similar to me, then you probably want to make 2025 the best year of your life so far, with it being filled with many achievements that fulfill you in some sort of way. So to do this, you set some time to write down what you want to accomplish by the end of 2025, which makes the deadline for you to achieve these goals to be December 31st, 2025, making it a 12-year gap. You may also write some routine for yourself to do every single day so that you know what to do to achieve those goals. This is the most typical approach to this sort of situation, and I already know so many people are doing this and have the knowledge to set goals and stuff like that. But I found a system that I believe is better than the typical annual goal setting system that so many people do. This is something that I'm going to try for the first time this year, and I want to document my progress and see what changes I can make to this sort of strategy to an approach to this year. This type of system takes your 12-month year and splits it into chunks of 90 days, and each 90 day has some goals that you want to achieve by that deadline. There are a couple things that make this better than your typical annual goal setting that most people do. The first thing is urgency. If you set a deadline to be a lot closer to where you are right now, you're going to think that you have a lot less time to do it, meaning that you're going to start actually dedicating time to this goal and putting in the work to actually complete it. If you were to compare that 3-month deadline to a 12-month deadline, it's obviously going to be a lot different, because if you ever had an assignment where it was set way in the future, at that moment in time, you would have thought, oh, I have so much time to do this, I'm just going to relax and, take it off my brain and think about it when the deadline approaches. But with this relaxation and complacency for that long deadline, you start to procrastinate, and it actually makes you even more overwhelmed, because as that deadline starts approaching, you realize how much stuff you need to do, which causes you to procrastinate even more. The second advantage that this system provides is more clarity in your year compared to the annual goal setting that most people do. Having goals every 90 days can help you understand what your year is going to look like, and it makes it a lot easier to break things down and find what you need to accomplish every day, every week, and every month, since it's such a shorter time period compared to the long, unclear 12 months that you need to do. So now I want to talk about how you can start implementing the system. To implement the system, you want to first establish what kind of goals you want to achieve every 90 days. So these are the chunks that your year is split into. You want to understand those smaller goals. This can be having your big annual goal and splitting it into smaller goals, and those smaller goals are assigned to each of the chunks of your year. Or you can have each chunk or each period would be assigned to one goal, where you would focus on that one goal for that 3-month period, and then you would switch to another goal that you want to achieve the next period that you're doing in the year. If you haven't already found what kind of goals you want to achieve, I found that it's best to look at the different sections of your life and choose the goals from there. So you would look at the physical, the mental, business, health, and all the other sections of your life, and you would choose a couple of those sections that you think you are lacking in or you want to focus on, and then you would pick a couple goals under that section, and that's what you would focus on in those 3 months, every single period. And that's what I use to help me figure out what kind of goals I want to accomplish every period that I'm going to be doing. Now the next thing that you do is that you take that small goal that you set for the after 3 months, and break it down into what you need to do every month, what you need to do every week, and what you need to do every day. This will help you understand what actions you need to take every single day, and that will compound and lead you to achieving that goal by the end of the 3-month period. When I did this, it helped to brainstorm and write everything down on a notebook, as well as a document to just lay everything out, get everything on paper, get all my thoughts on paper, and then reorganize it into a way that's clear, and so I know what to do every week, every day, and every month. And then after establishing and writing everything down, whether on a Google Doc, on a notebook, or both, you want to try and have some sort of check-in that you can do as you go throughout this period, and most importantly at the end of the period, so that you can see how well you did and what you can improve on. If you like measurements, you can also use some sort of habit tracker and then calculate the percentage accuracy of how consistent you were with those habits. And finally, the last thing that you need to do with this piece of paper that you use to create what you need to do every single day, every week, every month, whatever, you want to make sure that it is in sight pretty much all the time when you're sitting down at your desk, or maybe it's on your phone. You want this so that you constantly remind yourself what you need to do every single day to achieve those goals. So to give you an example to help you understand even further on what I'm talking about, here is what I'm going to do for the physical side of my life for the period of 3 months. So from January 1st to March 26th. You can see that the two main goals for me are bulking and increasing the amount of muscle I have on my body. Now, here are a couple things that are going to help you stay consistent with this new system that you're implementing. Now that you know exactly what you need to do every single day to achieve the goal at the end of the 90-day period, there are probably going to be a lot of new actions or just a lot of new things in general as you implement this system. With these new actions and increasing the consistency that you have for execution, it's going to be a lot harder for you. And this is why you're going to have to sacrifice something in order to achieve those goals every 12 weeks. And that is your comfort. In order to do new actions or more of an action, you're going to have to sacrifice your comfort and start to feel this discomfort in your everyday life. And to help with this sacrifice and allow you to go outside this comfort zone, I suggest you attach some kind of emotional connection or some sort of why to this system or this goal that you want to achieve. This can involve writing down the vision of where you want to be and provide reasons to help you act and push you in the direction of life that you want to live. You wouldn't give up your comfort unless it was something worthwhile or better than the comfort that you're feeling right now. So, in order to do this, it's best to have some sort of why or reason to do it. You can write down your why and your vision on a piece of paper or online and have it so that you can look at it every day to remind yourself why you're doing this, why you're getting up every single morning, why you're putting yourself through this discomfort. And this will help you so much. This will help you realize that even if I'm feeling this discomfort, it means that I'm going to the place that I want to be. It means that I'm going to achieve the goals that fulfill me. And that just helps tremendously with staying motivated and staying on track without derailing and getting into a rut. And one final thing, if you really want to take this seriously, if you want to take this year super seriously, I suggest making a contract with a friend, a good friend, to help you stay accountable. This can mean having some sort of harmless punishment if you were to fail this contract. This is something that I'm going to try this year and see how it goes for me. I'm going to try and document my progress, see how things go every single time the period ends. I'm going to tell you what I think works, what I think I would change about the system. If you would also like to implement this system, try it out yourself and see how it goes. And hopefully it's a lot better than the typical annual goal setting system that a lot of people do every single new year. Keep in mind that it doesn't matter when you start. I know that I made this video super late. This is because I was sick, I had a sore throat and everything, but I'm back to normal now. But you can pretty much start whenever you want. You can start now if you're just being informed about this kind of system. Start now. Don't wait until the perfect time. Start right now so that you can start making the most amount of progress you can. Let me know if there's anything I can improve on, whether that be visuals, editing, or just the style of my videos. Let me know in the comments. But yeah, I hope you learned something from this video and enjoyed it, and thank you so much for watching.